The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-rhymed them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to you. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? Good morning, my people. My people, good morning. What's going on, man? Happy Wednesday to all my people. I hope everybody's up and doing well. Today it's a Wednesday. It's a good day. It's a Wednesday. We're doing the thing, man. We're up. We're at it. We're making some money, doing what we do, and it's damn sure a good day, man. If you woke up this morning, it's a good day, man. Markets look like they're chopping sideways. You know, we're just chopping sideways, chopping along, doing our thing, waiting for this big institutional money to come on into crypto. Stock market looks absolutely phenomenal. Got some news. Look, it's a great day, man. And I know everybody's looking for this big, huge, massive run, and everybody's waiting. Just, hey, chill, homie. We here. It's coming, man. It's coming, baby. Oh, man, it's a good day. So let's just get into this Wednesday, because I'm only going to be with you guys for like an hour, because got some stuff to do, got some stuff to take care of. Got to get paid, man. Got to get paid. But hey, it's a great day. It's markets are doing their thing, man, and everybody's got to chill out. And I seen some posts the other day, the past couple of days about, oh, the bull run's over, the bull run's this, and it's just chopping sideways. The market's doing exactly what you wanted it to do. It's chopping sideways. It's gaining support. It's gaining support where it needs to gain support. Had a massive push up in crypto, and once you have a massive push up like that, you have to trade sideways. You got to let the market kind of cool off a little bit, and that's all we are. We're just in a little cool off period. That's all. But hey, it's strong. It's strong. Junior, good morning, my brother. Scottish, what is going on, dog? What's up, baby? Scottish out here making paper. Dog. But he doing his thing. And gotta love that. Gotta love that, y'all. So let's go ahead. Let's get right in. Let's get in this market, baby. Let's look and see what the hell is going on in these markets. The Asian market looking good, man. They traded good last night. European market woke up this morning. I don't know where my man Ken and Fairground are at, but they're over there jumping their profits, baby, making money over there in the European markets, doing their thing, man. Looking absolutely phenomenal over there in Asia and Europe. Got the United States pre-markets over here looking like they're trying to send off this morning, which is a good thing. That's a beautiful sight. That's a beautiful thing. So why are we sending? Why is the market sending? We're starting to get deals. Got a Japan deal. Looks like it's going to come in about 15% tariffs. So the market's starting to price this stuff in, and we're starting to see these deals. It's starting to come together. Obviously, the big deal is still with China. Got to get that one straightened out. But there's rumors of a meeting coming up. So we got to see. But yeah. So the market is sending off this tariff news. I think there was some India tariff news as well. So But yeah, Japan's a big deal. Japan's a big deal, and looks like we got a tariff deal done over there at like 15%, which isn't necessarily terrible. So, we shall see. We shall see what happens. Circle came down a little bit, man. Circle got a downgrade. Their stock got a downgrade a little bit, USDC, from a couple analysts, which I'm not terribly worried about. I mean, they came out of the gates at $40. They're up to $198 right now. So, a little bit of a pullback there is not bad. You got BlackRock's Ethereum ETF sitting here at $27.81. That's a nice pull. It pulled back a little bit late yesterday, but that's still a nice price there. And I think was hovering around like $16 for a long time. You got IBIT, BlackRock's the biggest Bitcoin ETF out there, hovering around $67. Man, remember we were talking about this thing at like $20. So not bad there either. I had a good day yesterday, plus 1.4%. And the Solana ETF that's just a couple days old, about a week or so old, I should say. This one's starting to creep up, sitting at $31.19, man. This thing came out of the gates right around $25. So definitely a lot of inflows over there, a lot going on with the ETFs over there. Nvidia took a little bit of a pullback yesterday, so a little bit of a reset when it comes to some of these tech stocks and things like that. So, not bad though. Not bad. We'll take it. Over here in the cryptocurrency market, what we got going on? Where my people at today? Damn, where's all my people at today? Come on. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We got the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index sitting at 70, y'all. 70. Sitting here in greed. Doing good. Altcoin season sitting at 52. Came back just a little bit since Monday. But we kind of expected this, right? We kind of expected just a little bit of a pullback. Look at this market cap, though, 3.9 trillion. Creeping up on that $4 trillion market cap. James, what's going on, brother? Good morning. Creeping up on that $4 trillion market cap, y'all. We want to get to that 4 trillion level off a little bit, build some support right around that 4 trillion, man. Hit that like button, y'all. Yeah, hit that like button, y'all. I see we got 29 people in here between X and YouTube. Hit that like button, hit that heart button, man. Yo, Selmo, it's hump day, baby. It's hump day. We loving it, baby. We loving it, Selmo. It's markets are looking good, man. I'm just telling everybody, man. The markets are looking phenomenal. 9.7 trill right now in the market. So hey, gotta get to that 4 trill, level off there a little bit, build some support. See the ETFs didn't have such of a great day yesterday. I mean, they did. Don't get me wrong, but they only brought in a positive 1.18 mil. You see, but Ethereum. Look at where Ethereum's hanging out over the Bitcoin ETF. Ethereum's gaining ground on this Bitcoin ETF. People are dumping money into Ethereum ETFs, man. They're dumping money in there. Heat, what's up? Good morning, my brother. Good morning. Another blessed day. Yes, we do have a blessed day. Quant went on a nasty run yesterday. There's a couple cryptos went on a good run yesterday, man. Good run. I mean, that's the thing is we're getting some pump ups, man. Then we're getting some level offs, and we're getting some pump ups. That's exact. BNB went on a freaking tear yesterday. We'll get into that in a minute. They went on a freaking tear yesterday. So loving that. But you see the Bitcoin dominance right here sitting at 60.2%. Starting to come down. And then you got Ethereum dominance in at 11.3%, starting to come up. This is what you want to see for this bull market, really to kick off, right? You got to see this dominance come down, the Bitcoin dominance come down, and you got to see the Ethereum dominance come up. So definitely like what's going on. 2030, market cap 15 trill, could be. here's the thing. I think we're gonna have a good super cycle run. Uh, and then I think when when obviously when it comes to the election time here in the United States, we're gonna have to figure out what's going on. So my plan is to really have the majority of my paper straightened out in the market before the next election. So, because that's going to breed a lot of uncertainty. Uh, yeah, it's about to get real, man. Things are about to get really real, man. Institutional money is flowing, flowing, dog, flowing. Ando, Ando's Ando's gonna rip, man. Ando is going to rip, and when it rips, man, whew, it's gonna be something special, James. Ando's gonna rip, man. A lot of institutional BlackRock's behind that. A lot of institutional money up in there. So you know, we shall see. So get into talk about some of the stuff that's going on in crypto. PNC Bank, guys, linked up with Coinbase. They're going to start offering cryptocurrency services out of PNC Bank to their customers. Huge news there. JP Morgan looks like they're going to start offering crypto-backed loans. So that's massive news right there, right? And then you have Coinbase that's launching their futures. They launched their futures for Bitcoin and Ethereum, longs and shorts. Over there on their platform as well. So that's going to bring in a crap ton of volume now that they've launched their futures over there in the United States. Robinhood's next. Robinhood's going to have futures for crypto as well. You watch. Just kick back and watch this show unfold. You just sit back and watch, man. You sit back and watch. This thing's going to be crazy. When this show fully gets to moving, and all of these banking institutions, you're starting to see it right now, right? You're starting to see it. The banking institutions are starting to come into crypto. With PNC Bank, JP Morgan, Ripple applying for a banking license, Circle applying for a banking license. All of this stuff pretty soon is all going to start to come together. ISO 2022. It's all going to start to come together. Got to just get that Clarity Act out there and passed. And once that happens, it's game, set, match. It's on. You're really going to start to see these markets really start to take off. Crypto Confident, good morning, my brother. Good morning. Oh man, all is great, brother. All is great. I hope all is well with you as too. I hope all is well with you too, man. Market is looking juicy. Market is looking juicy. Seiko Hunt, good morning, my brother. Good morning, my brother. What's going on, man? What's going on? Palantir, yeah, that thing took off. That thing took off, man. That thing rocket ship. You know what else took off, Selma? And I made a video about this the other day, like last week, and told everybody watch out for it. The real estate stocks and Rocket Mortgage took off. It was one of the ones that I called way back on one of my videos, and I told everybody just watch out. Real estate stocks are about to take off, and they took off, man. Rocket Mortgage set a new high yesterday. Uh, new high for them, but that thing took off. Good news. It's all good news, man. It's all good news, man. Scottish, it's all great news, man. It is, man. And when these banks come in here, you guys got to watch out, man. You can see the banking institutions are starting to really, really, really wrap their arms around crypto and offer cryptocurrency services. And that's what you're looking for, right? You want to talk about mass adoption. We're talking about mass adoption right now. PayPal is another one. PayPal, is launching, crypto payments for basically everybody, right? So, PayPal has kind of been one of these people that are a sleeper underneath the scenes. They just kind of like they seem to roll things out, and then the rest of the market catches up. Like they rolled out their stable coin long before a lot of these other people rolled out their stable coins. Now they're really starting to integrate cryptocurrency payments inside of their app right now. And they're just kind of sometimes just a little bit ahead of the game. But that Clarity Act, you're right, some of that Clarity Act is gonna really send stuff. And you're talking September and October, yeah, because they're on a break right now, right? Congress on a break right now, so you're not gonna get anything done in the month of August. So you come back, you look at that September, October, November time frame, somewhere up in there, which is Q4, right? And we always talked about Q4 going into Q1 of Q4 2025, Q1 of 2026 being a massive years, right? A massive time frame, and that's kind of still where I'm at, right? I'm still there. I'm still at that 2000 and end of 2025, going into 2026, where we're going to see a massive push up, right? That's not to say we're not going to see a push up now. I mean, we're seeing a push up now. When we go on over here, we'll look at some of this. We're seeing a push up, right? And then we're seeing some level offs, right? You see a push up, you see a level off. You see a push up. Like Bitcoin right now is range bound between 117, right around 117.8 and 119, right? Right. It's range bound right in there, right? So, you could trade that all day, but it's just kind of chopping sideways, right? Ethereum's range bound right now between like 36.5 and 38, right? It's not moving any higher or lower than that right now, right? So it's just kind of going along, chopping along, building its support right there, right? XRP's range bound between 340 and 352. So these things are just they had their major push up, and now they're just starting to build support, and you get ready for that next push up. But look at BNB, $799. BNB cracked $800, right? Now BNB's been a lagger, right? It's been kind of a lagger here in this market. On-chain data, they're the number one blockchain right now with the most volume, but they've kind of been just chopping sideways for a long time. Like there's really been not any huge price action over there. So what's happening? Look at right here. BNB hits 800 all-time high, right? As institutional accumulation accelerates. Look at that. Institutional money is starting to come into BNB, which has pumped its price up like crazy yesterday. So when you look at this, you see BNB, it lagged the market. So where's institutions going? They're pushing their money into some of these altcoins that are starting to have lagged behind the market a little bit. But BNB absolutely blew the doors off of this market yesterday. Blew. I don't know what else. It went on a move. Ain't getting more rocket. Yeah, he does. Uh yeah, he owns the Cavs and Rocket Mortgage, but man, some Rocket Mortgage went on a ride yesterday, man. Actually past couple days. Let's see. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. Look at Rocket, $16 right now. Look at this ride that it went on yesterday. Absolute monster ride yesterday. Now for the stock market, this is a monster ride, right? This is a monster run in the past couple of days. Look, you would have like I bought an option down here on Robinhood at like 13.9, $13.90, somewhere up in there on Rocket, right? And I cashed it out yesterday. Just the option and options. Like, I like to trade options over there, and this thing went on a massive ride. But you can see now it's still not even overbought yet. It's still coming down here as still being oversold. So this thing's got a lot of room to move to the upside. But this is just real estate stocks in general have taken off like that. So they definitely Rocket Mortgage went on a nice ride yesterday. But if you look at it here, it's still got a ton of room to move to the upside. Like this thing is just starting to turn the corner. So you know, it's been beat down. Real estate stocks have been beaten down, and Rocket Mortgage being one of the biggest, man. Just absolutely went on a rocket ship yesterday. But even Solana, you look at Solana over here. You look at where Solana is right now. Look at this move to the upside. 4-hour chart, I believe. Yeah, we're on the 4-hour. Look at this move to the upside, right? It's just slowly been moving to the upside. Eventually, you're gonna have to break. Eventually, you'll break down into the moving averages, which Solana will do here. But it's been range bound between 194 and 200. It's just really been range bound. So, the breakout's coming. It's coming with Solana. It's just a matter of when. But that breakout's going to come, And when it does, Solana's going to roll. Solana's going to move. Cardano's another one's been range bound, But look, building support at 86 cents. Like, come on, man. People left Cardano for dead. And we were telling you on here, Cardano's far from dead, man. It's far from dead. And people were looking at it. They're sleeping on Cardano. Cardano's not one that you want to trade in long and short, but it's definitely one, if you have in your wallet, you're going to be good. Stellar, people are talking about, Stellar's losing ground. We're not sold on Stellar. The price action's not that good. Well, let's take a look. Let's pull Stellar up here. Let's just look at what happened. This is where people are so short-sighted, right? They don't know what the hell they're talking about. They're short-sighted. Look at this run XLM went on right here, right? Look at this. Look at the RSIs. Look at the indicators. They're off the charts up in here, right? Off the freaking charts for this run. And then all of a sudden, you start to get a sideways movement here, right? It's got to gain strength somewhere, right? It's got to gain strength somewhere. So you get this movement right here, right? And then people start to sell off a little bit, and then you're starting to see the momentum change again on XLM. But look at that. You can literally say that that's a bull flag. You can say you got the pole and then the flag right there on the 4-hour. Somebody could make that argument, right? Somebody can make that argument. I'm not going to make it right now, but somebody could. So, XLM's going to pop again. But see, here's the thing. People get bored with it right here. Oh, man, we're trading sideways. There's no action. People get bored with it. And then all of a sudden, boom, it pops on them. Got a buy signal coming in right here. Just came in yesterday. Buy signal on XLM, which says what? What does that say? That says to you, momentum's changing. Momentum's changing. Yeah, you're right. I'll say that crypto pushed Trump over the top. So I'll say in his second run, crypto pushed him over the top. You notice when he really started to pull was when he really started to embrace Bitcoin. That's when he really started to pull away. Um, that Bitcoin money, that crypto money. People know what was coming, and people want crypto regulation. And I think if you notice in his campaign, that's when he started to make the move, to really separate himself for real. Uh, from the competition. That's when it happened. Bitcoin conference is when you could really start to feel the momentum shift. Um, Ethereum is another one. They're gaining a lot of ground over here. You know, and when we look at payments, uh, when you start to look at this payment system, there's a meeting going on right now that not a lot of people's talking about with the banks. They're all meeting right now, and they look at this, man, and they're saying we have to get on board. We have to get on board with blockchain. We got to get on board with a faster settlement process. And now you look, and that's why you start to see PNC Bank and Coinbase come together. That's why you start to see JP Morgan come out and say, we're going to offer crypto back loans. That's why you start to see, a group of banks come together and say, you know what, we may start a stable coin here. You're starting to see these banking institutions come on board, and it's not going to be long. I'm telling you guys, tokenized assets are the ticket here. This bull run is going to consist of ISO 2020 tokens, right? They're gonna run. The ISO projects will run. Then you're gonna have real world tokenized assets is gonna be another one that's gonna drive this bull market, in AI. Them three right there are going to push this bull market to a super cycle. So when you look at what's going on around you, that's where the money's going to be. That's where people are going to make money in these top altcoins. Now, the lower market cap tokens, yeah, we all love to play around with memes. We all love it. It's good. It's good to gamble, and we'll get into a couple of them. We love to gamble with meme coins and low market cap tokens. Just make sure that they're a small piece of your portfolio. Because we just gave you the three sectors that are about to boom. And they're already booming. They're already taking off. If you were buying this market when we were buying market during the whole bear market, you look at H bar, you would have been buying H bar at 14 to 18 cents. It's up to 24 cents, 26 cents right now. So you would have been buying Avalanche at like $16, maybe even lower. It's up to $25 right now. I got a lot of Avalanche. I'm high on that project. I think it's going to move. I think that project, like I keep saying, I think it's going to be the number one gaming blockchain out there. Stellar. I mean, what's your average price on Stellar? Well, if you were buying during the bull market, it should be right around 20, anywhere between 11 and 20 cents, right? So we're already in a bull run if you were buying during the bear market, but this is just the start of the bull run. Pepe is the same thing. You look at it, 40136. 40136. When were we buying Pepe? We're buying Pepe all the way back like a zero ago, right? Like a zero ago. So when this thing went down to 5099, everybody was freaking out. And I'm just sitting here like, yeah, okay. It's at 5099. We're buying Pepe a whole bear market. So it's good, but people coming in now, I mean, that's a good price for them. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Allergies are kicking my butt. But Kronos, look at Kronos starting to move at 12 cents right now. But BNB, man, cracking 800 is crazy. Hold on one second. My bad, y'all. I had to try to clear these allergies up. So, but yeah, you know, B&B cracking $800 is nuts, man. It's above 800 right now. Institutional money ain't no joke. You guys might just have to bear with me. But institutional money ain't no joke, y'all. Look at I mean, right here, you got B&B. Institutions are flooding in the B&B right now. Flooding in the B&B. This is crazy, man. Big Watch dudes in the building. What's up, dog? What's up? What's up? What's up? Scott is laughing at me. Juicy one. Yeah, that was rough. The risk people don't say. Yeah, well, the thing about the risk, right? It's got to be risk versus reward, right? Like you can. A lot of people will tell you, like, "Oh, I'm in meme coins. I'm in meme coins too." It's just not the biggest part of my portfolio, right? Like the biggest part of my portfolio sits over here in the top 100. I have a small portion of my portfolio that sits in meme coins. You know what I mean? I mean when I say coins, I mean low market cap meme coins. Like, can you really look at Pepe and say that that's a risk? Can you really look at Shib, Doge, the top 100 SPX 6900? Can you really look at them as risky plays? I don't look at them as risky plays. Them ones are pretty stable, right? The risk is in some of the lower market cap plays. Like you just don't know. So that's a small portion of my portfolio. Now that small portion could probably, has the potential to outperform as a percent gain. It has the potential to outperform, some of these bigger altcoins because the market cap's so low. B&B set my allergies on fire. Yo, I own some B&B, so yeah, it probably did set my allergies on fire. When I woke up this morning, and I seen the institutions flowing in here, and I was like, "Damn, 800! Look at it's on the move still. 803, 803 right now. The thing's moving now. FOMO is real, baby. Look at the FOMO in the B&B right now. 803. Look at that FOMO in there. Are you going to see a rotation out of Ethereum in the B&B right now? That's what you got to watch. Are people going to start pulling their money from Ethereum and start putting it in the B&B? Are you going to start to see this rotation, right? You got to look at the top ones: Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. Are people going to start to put their money in the B&B and chase this right now? It's up to 104 right now. So people are chasing this right now. Solana, it cracked 200 the other day, which was good for Solana, and then it had a pullback. So we'll take that. We'll definitely take that. XRP needs its spot ETFs to come out. They need their spot ETFs on the market right now. That's their next catalyst. You're going to see this thing just chop sideways until that happens. This thing is just going to chop sideways until the spot ETFs come out. Like, that's the only catalyst that's going to move this thing to that $5 mark, and it'll move it there. But you got to understand, it's just chopping. Dogecoin had a massive breakout the other day, massive breakout. So Sui doing well. 390. This thing was up around $4 yesterday. Expected to get back up there today. I'm expecting a good market today. Chainlink's range bound between 1870 and 1950. It's just range bound. You could trade that. If you pull up the chart, you could trade that. You could set up bracket trade, or whatever trade you want. You could trade that. Let's look at Aerodrome, because this project, I think, is like got $25 written all over it. 93 cents. 93 cents right now. I'm high on Air Joe. I mean, look at Quant. Quant went on a massive run yesterday, 128. Look at this thing. Look at this run Quant went on. Just look at the push up that Quant had. Listen. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Retail money didn't make that push. That's not retail money that made that push for Quant. That's institutional money that made that. That retail money can't push like that. It's you got to look at the corrections for what they are, right? Um, when we talk about a correction, you look at this. Um, Look at Quat, for example, right? So Quat ran up to 128, 128. You know a correction's coming off of this run. You can start to see it coming in the last 4 hours. You know a correction's coming, right? You see this thing over all the way up here on the indicators in the RSI, right? All the way up here, right? It's all the way up at like this 0.5 level, maybe even maybe even one, right? Up in here, right? You know for a fact that this is going to start to get oversold here in a minute, right? The whole key is where does this thing come, right? Where does it come down to? Is it 115? Is it 110? Is it 125? Right? So them are the corrections that you're looking for. Now, when we talk about 100% correction, I heard people talk about Bitcoin getting corrected back down to 90,000, right? I've heard this argument, and I'm not here to say whether they're right or whether they're wrong, right? Listen, this is crypto, and anything can happen, right? But I don't think that my opinion is I don't think that you're going to see a 90,000 Bitcoin again. I don't think you're going to see that. So is the correction in? Depends on what type of correction you're looking for. All right, Junior, have a good day, brother. Have a good day. SEC or Ondo? I'm going with Ondo. I'm going with Ondo. Ondo just has way too much money behind it. There way too much money behind it, way too much support, way too much um, it's just Ando, I think, is going to get pushed a lot harder, especially with RWAs and the partnerships that they're making. And SE, they launched on SEI, so but they've also launched on Ripple Net. They've also launched, and Ando's got its own blockchain coming out eventually. Ando chain's going to be out at some point. So, and when that happens, it's going to be game on. But so what type of correction are you going to see from BTC, right? Look at BTC. Some people could say that that's bull flag, right? Up and down, blah, 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 right? Not me. I'm not ready to go there yet, but you can just see it chopping sideways. So if it corrects, where's it going to correct to? Like 108, maybe 101, 110, 108. Is that the correction everybody's looking for? Maybe, but look at the support that it has here at 108, right? Between 108 and 109. Look at that support. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to break. In order for this thing to get down to where some people are saying Bitcoin's going to correct to, do you see the levels that it has to break through? Do you see the support levels that this thing has to break through for it to come down where some people are projecting this thing to go? I mean, there's a lot of support that this thing has to break through. And with the amount of institutional money that's in it right now, you really think that it's going to break all that support? Yeah, I know they released our RippleNet. They released trading on their treasuries on RippleNet. So, so that's the key is where's the correction, right? This market will correct itself. It has been over the past couple of days a little bit, you know. But the whole key is where is it 10%? Is it 20%? Is it 2%? Is it 5%? Nobody knows that. And here's the one thing that nobody can. I've said this for a long time, and I'll say it again. The one thing that nobody can predict in these markets, a lot of people will sit up here and say to you, I think that this project's going to do this. I think that this market's going to do this. I think this market's going to pull back. I think this market's going to move. I think the one thing that nobody can predict from prior bull markets, from prior bull runs, is the amount of institutional money that's in here right now. You don't know what that's going to do to the markets because it's never been here before, right? This amount of institutional money has never been here before. So you can't predict that. You can't say, XRP is only going to do $5. Well, you don't know how the institutions are going to push that. Point proven last night. Institution money came into BNB. Look at where BNB is at right now. It's still going up at 105. It's still going up at 105. So people try their best to factor that in. You can't factor that in because you don't know. You have no idea. Institutional money literally could come into XRP right now and pump this up to $10 anytime they want. Anytime they want. Until we don't have to. You ain't lying. We gonna work until we don't have to. But nobody can predict that. Everybody, we all pull these charts up and we all look at them and we put our Fibonacci's up there and we put our moving averages up there and we put our indicators up there, which gives us an idea of where the market might go. But if we were sitting here right now, if we're sitting here 2 years from now and we said Bitcoin is going to be at 118K and institutional money is going to be pushing that, a lot of people would have said, yeah, right, you're crazy, you're nuts, it's never going to happen. Now people are saying, well, Bitcoin is going to go to 100.5. Why? Because of institutional money, right? Now Ethereum has lagged the market, right? There should be that ratio with Ethereum there, right? Well, what busted the ratio? It was institutional money, right? Like technically right now, where Bitcoin is right now, sitting at 118, if you would have went off prior year ratios, Ethereum should be sitting right around 9K right now. Let's see your dog, Daniel. I don't have a dog. That's my neighbor's dog. There's like fucking 4 of them over there, and I gotta listen to that shit all day. You listen to them freaking dogs go off all day long, man. Sui, I love Sui. I think Sui's gonna go on a monster run. I think Sui's that new blockchain, that new shiny object. I like what they're doing with gaming in their gaming box. I like some of the protocols that they're building over there. I like Whale. I like Deep. I like a lot of what they're building over there, and I think Sui's got a chance here in this market, in this run, to really move. I like what they're doing. I like what they're building. I like where they're going. I like the meme coins. They got to get a little bit more volume over there. Lofi is doing well. A couple other meme coins over there are doing well, but I'd like to see them steal a little bit more volume. But I like where they're going. It drives me nuts, Big Watch. I had to close my sliding glass doors open. That's why you guys can hear it. Just because it's really nice outside. But a lot of times I'll be working, I gotta close it, man. It's freaking nuts, Big Watch. Like I want to go out there. Yeah, I can't even say I stream, dog. Can't even say I stream. I have people over here at the house freaking protesting outside. But let's take a look at one of these lower market caps. I mean, we talk about some of these lower market caps. Let's look at Doji. Doji. Look, check it out. When we started, actually Scottish brought us Doji all the way, back up in here, right? And this thing's been on. It's up probably, I don't know, 49% since we've talked about it here. Making a nice little run over there on the Solana chain. Doji's doing well. The other one that's actually doing pretty dang well is FUCK 92.5. Look at this one. Again, we talked about this one a couple times on here. It's actually up a fair amount here in 24 hours. It's actually up. It's actually doing pretty well. So these lower market caps, they move. They're moving, right? They're just not. I don't think that the lower market cap meme coins are really ready to pop off yet, right? I don't think they're really ready to pop off. People will be, oh, you ain't lying. They'll be on the porch, baby. Yeah, I just don't think that it's meme coin season yet, right? And then you got VVBot, which I like. It's just chopping sideways. It's not really doing much, just chopping sideways. So it's hard to talk about some of these meme coins. I don't think that they're really not running the way that I would like to see them run, I guess. Just because I don't think that we're in that season yet, right? I don't think that we're there yet, but it's all good. You're gonna get there. I think you're gonna have a short meme coin season, but if you can get into some of these ones now, you'll be there for the pop. You'll be there for the pop. Base bonk's another good one. That's moving. But Z-back, I told you guys stay away from. Be careful with this one. Just trade this one. But base bonk's another one that's moving. It's moved. Let's see if we can actually find it. Over the past couple days, it might be the only thing on the base chain that's actually got any legs right now. I don't think this one's it. Yeah, it might be the only one that's on the base chain that's got any legs right now at all. All the rest of the meme coins over there on base are just trading, literally just trading sideways. Was that it? Was that the one? What's the market cap? That'll tell me. Play around with this a little bit. See if we can find it real quick. We'll bring it up. We'll bring it up next time. But yeah, base bonk is doing its thing. It's really the only one. That's over there. That's really doing this. Anything. Really doing anything. But when we start to look at some of these, like there's a couple good plays out there. DJI right here. I mean, we've talked about this one, right? Like we talked about this one. It's not doing too bad. It's holding on. VVBot. They need to. Like I said, this one's just chopping sideways. It's really just chopping sideways. But they definitely need a catalyst over there. Definitely need a catalyst because people are going to get bored here in a minute, so they need a catalyst. Fairground, what's going on, bro? What's going on, brother? What's good with you? Good morning, good early afternoon to you. But yeah, I like where this market is right now. Like a lot of people are like going, "Yo, it's just trading sideways and that is boring." After a push up like you had, you need boring for a little bit. But what's not boring is this bonk token right here. This thing ain't boring. The bonk, the bonk, the bonk, the bonk ain't boring. Look at this thing. Uh look at what happened over here with Bonk. And and you got to talk about, what happened with Bonk. What has Bonk got going on, right? Why is Bonk moving the way that it's moving? Bonk's moving the way that it's moving. It's simple. They launched a launch pad. They incentivized the devs with rev share, and they're stealing the volume from Pump.Fun. They're stealing the volume from Pump.Fun. That's what's going on over here at Bonk. Now, they're going to incentivize the Bonk holders, obviously, with this launch pad. And that's why you see this token take off the way that's taking off. Look, this is a 4-hour chart. Just look at where Bonk came to, and look at where it ran up to. Right? Look at where it ran up to. Now it's trading sideways. This thing's on a move again. This is listen. Pump.Fun, it had its day on Solana, and it'll have another day. Pump.Fun's not dead. It'll have another day. But I'm telling you right now, this launch pad at Bonk, the volume over there is blowing the doors off of Pump.Fun. Blowing the doors off of Pump.Fun. Not even the volume's not even close. I can't pull the contract address on StreamYard, Elmo. Good morning, Elmo. Just jumped on up in here. Just jumped on up in here like it was nothing. Elmo comes in here like an OG. Just boom, jumps in here and like, what's up? About 50 million. 50 million. I don't know. BTC. Downward candle. 4 hour. Yeah. I mean, I'm not worried about BTC. I really not, because what's going to happen is these markets are going to go open up, right? And what's going to happen with these markets, right? When it comes to BTC, yeah, I mean, you got a red candle coming in right now. I'm not even on right chart here. Hold on. And you got 2 red candles on the 4 hour right now, right? Bang bang. What's going to end up happening with BTC though is you got to watch when the market's open. You got to watch right here what this IBIT does. And if that IBIT's going to open higher than when it closed, BTC is going to go up. It closed at 67.82 yesterday, going to open at 67.40. Yeah, so BTC is coming down a little bit, right? Here's the thing about crypto, that people are either gonna wrap their head around it and they're gonna get it, or they're gonna get left behind when it comes to predicting what BTC, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and all them guys do. Once you start launching your spot ETFs, that's what's going to drive your market price. That's what's going to drive your market cap. You're no longer a peer-to-peer situation. You've moved to a different realm. So yeah, BTC is going to come down a little bit. Curtis, what's up, man? What's up? Elmo late too. He just pulled up in here like a G. Came in here and started busting out comments. That bomb person reminds you of Shib. Yo, I'll tell you what. if Bonk continues on with the volume that it has on its launch pad, that Bonk price that we have right now is going to be a thing of the past. That thing's going to smoke that price. As long as it can continue to pull from pumped out fund, it'll that Bonk price, that bonk price will be a thing of the past. We'll be talking about that like it was a fart in the wind, because it's going to blow right past that. uh, no doubt, no doubt. But yeah, I mean, come on, Bitcoin gonna be fine, man. I'm telling you, the game right now in crypto. Here's the game. A lot of people won't give you the game. I'll give you the game. I'll peep you the game. The game right now in crypto is to make as much money as you can off of altcoins and make as much money as you can off of meme coins and put it in Bitcoin. That's the game. That's the game that everybody's playing. A lot of people don't want to hear that. A lot of people are, oh no, it's going to be this project or it's going to be that project. Oh, it's going to be. It's going to be. These altcoins will have their run, and I'm going to be here for it. Believe you me. I got price targets. I'm going to be here for this run. I'm going to be here for this pump, right? I'm going to be here for all of this, right? And I'm going to be cashing out on all this, right? But at the end of the day, I told you guys this during the bear market, and I'll continue to tell you this during the bull market. When I see or I feel that this bull market is over, I'm cashing out of all of my altcoins except for Bitcoin. And yes, that includes Ethereum. Yes, that includes all of them except for Bitcoin. And I'm going to take my profits and I'm going to move a lot to my bank account for lifestyle, real estate, lifestyle, all that stuff, right? But I'm also going to be buying more and more Bitcoin as well on the downturn. There will be dry powder on the side for when this bull market's over and Bitcoin starts to come down a little bit. I'll be buying more Bitcoin. That's the game. The game is how many Bitcoin can you have? How much Bitcoin can you have? That's the game. That's the game. That's the game that people are playing right now. And at the end of the day, that's a winning game. That's a winning game. You're playing as well, Curtis? Yeah. Want to be like you? Elbow, stop it, elbow. I'm trying to be like you, but that's the winning game, and I'll tell you why that's the winning game. We'll talk about this for a little bit, and then we'll get off here. I'll tell you why that's the winning game, right? Think about the whole bear market, the last 3.5 years, right? 4 years now, almost, right? What if you would have just been buying Bitcoin? What if you would have bought no other project besides Bitcoin for the past 4 years? Where would your portfolio be right now? Just take all emotions out of it, right? Take all emotions, take all the fanboy stuff out, take all of that stuff out. And just said, I spent X amount of dollars in crypto. And what if I just would have bought Bitcoin with that money the past 4 years? Where would your portfolio be? Just take a minute and think. right? And that's not to say that all of these projects are bad, because I own a lot of these projects. I own a lot of crypto, a lot of crypto. But when you get down to it, right? When you really get down to it, Ethereum's the second biggest crypto on the blockchain, right? What's Ethereum got going against it? There's points in time on Ethereum's volume that it becomes mintable, right? So they can produce more Ethereum at certain points in time, right? So it devalues what you have. And then there's times where it becomes deflationary, where they burn crypto, right? So there's this steady influx, deflux of how much Ethereum's actually in circulating supply, correct? That's how it's built, right? You have XRP. There's a finite, there's a certain number of XRP. You really can't mint XRP, you know, to a certain point. They're burning with every transaction on the blockchain. But they also have a crap ton of supply, right? They have a crap ton of supply, right? So I do think that XRP is going to make this nasty run, man. It's going to be crazy, crazy run, right? But then they're going to have a crazy pullback during a bear market as well. Just the law of the land. Yo, check out these guys FOMOing into BNB today. Look at this thing, man. 808. FOMO is real, baby. The FOMO is real on this thing today. For those of you guys who came in late and you missed it, BNB hits 801 all-time high as institutional money starts to come in, baby. It's institutional money pushing the hell out of BNB. Man, what? Oh, what if you would have mining Pi? Oh, you would have been great if you were mining Pi since the day it came out and you KYC'd. Oh my God, you would have been cashing out. It is, Selma. ETH is going to get a major push off of institutional money. A major push. A lot of the money coming in is supporting the Ethereum projects. A ton. That's the problem right there, Curtis. That's the problem. It's unlimited. Still don't understand the hype on XRP. Here's the thing with XRP. Here's the thing that I'm watching with XRP right now, right? Is what's the banks do with it, right? You're starting to see this growing trend. Here's the, you know, you're starting to see a growing trend of the banks and financial institutions starting to come out with their own, talking about coming out with their own stable coins, right? So if they come out with their own stable coins, the whole key to a project, the project that gets the majority of volume, right, from them stable coins will be the project that wins this bull run. Will it be Ethereum? Will it be XRP? You know, will it be Chainlink? Will it be Sui? Will it be HBAR? Will it be Polkadot? Who's it going to be, right? They're going to be the winner, right? They're going to be the winner of the bull run, right? Because make no doubt, I do believe that these banking institutions will come out with their own stablecoin, right? So them moving their stablecoin is going to be all about what blockchain wins. What blockchain wins that war, right? is gonna be the winner of this bull run? Is it gonna be Base? Is Coinbase gonna step in and say, "Yo, we're traded on a New York Stock Exchange. We can back everything up. We can do all of this," like they did with PNC Bank yesterday. Is that going to be the new normal? Right? I don't know. Is it going to be Arbitrum? Robinhood picked Arbitrum to build this new layer on. Is it going to be Arbitrum that comes out of nowhere and makes that move? I don't know. We're going to find out. That's why it's so good to be diversified, right? Is it going to be Ripple? It very well could be RippleNet, right? That they pick. But the one thing that's for sure, I can tell you it's for sure, is that Chainlink will make them talk to each other. Chainlink will push that data through the blockchains. How's TokenFi doing? How is TokenFi doing? I think when I looked this morning, it was right around 3 cents. XRP is not going to 10K somewhere. That unless they burn a whole bunch of supply, it's not going to happen. I think XRP is going to have a nice run. I think they're going to have a nice run. But 10K is crazy. You said it the other day, Selmo. You said it best. People that are telling you that XRP is going to go to 10K are the people that are going to be selling at $10. The XRP ledger is definitely DeFi. Definitely DeFi. Chainlink's going to be that dog. Chainlink's that dog. It's going to be the one that brings this whole thing together. Now, you're going to have a blockchain that's going to win. There's going to be private block. JP Morgan, don't forget, JP Morgan's got its own private blockchain. People forget that. Does Bank of America come out with their own private blockchain? Very well could happen. Very well could happen. But I'm telling you, the banks are going to start releasing their own stablecoin. They're not going to leave this. They're not going to leave this thing in the hands of DeFi, in DeFi protocols. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. The whole key though is which blockchain do they pick, right? Because here's the thing. What's the difference? What's the difference if I send a Bank of America stablecoin to Paris, or if I send a USDC backed stablecoin to Paris? What's the difference? What's the difference? The only difference in that transaction is what blockchain is being used to make that transaction. The coin's going to move how the coin's going to move. It's going to move instantly. It's going to be backed by the United States dollar. It's going to move across the blockchain, and it's going to get there instantly. The only thing that's different is whether it's coming through on the Ethereum blockchain, the XRP blockchain, the Arbitrum blockchain. It doesn't. That's the only difference. That's it. That's it. It's the only thing that makes it different. Whether it comes through HBAR blockchain, Hashgraph, other than that, it's all irrelevant. Because RLUSD maybe, and do they And do the banks back their stable coin with USDC? Do they back it? They could back it with RLUSD. They could use RLUSD and just put their picture on it. They could use USDC and just put their picture on it. That's the game that we got to figure out right now. You know what I'm saying? That's the game. Big question, please understand LB what you mean. That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about, right? So, you know, big banking institutions are not going to leave it up to DeFi protocols with very little regulation to move their money. There will be, like PNC Bank, they're coming out with their own wallet. They're doing their thing with Coinbase. You know what I mean? But what does that mean? What does that look like? You know, sketchy details, right? But we do know that JP Morgan is getting ready to come with crypto-backed mortgage, crypto-backed loans. Huge. But what does that look like? Where's the details? Well, we're not going to get the details till we get the Clarity Act. So we got to have the Clarity Act, right? We got to have the guardrails. We got to have the Clarity Act. Great stream today, guys. I got to get out of here. I got to get to work. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back at you guys on Friday. We'll be doing this all over again. Market looks absolutely phenomenal today, guys. I am definitely loving where we're at in this market right now. And I love the debates that we're having here because I love to hear both sides of this debate and in the middle, man. I love it. I love it when people are able to come on here and put an educated argument together one way or the other. Whether I believe they're right or whether I believe they're wrong, it doesn't matter. It's I love it, that fact that my audience is educated enough to come on here and state facts and actually have a good argument, whether I agree with it or don't agree with it. I love it, and I'll entertain it every single time. And that's what this is all about, guys. Is being able to look at things from 5 different ways and having a legitimate conversation about where crypto's headed. So, you know, it's great. I'll be back at you guys on Friday. We'll do this again. The markets are looking great. The markets are looking strong. And hey, we are where we are, and let's ride this train up, man. BNB is absolutely performing well. You see that institutional money start to flow into there. You look at quant, you see that absolute institutional money start to flow into quant as well. Really pushing quant to that next level. You're starting to see this thing unfold right in front of your face. You're starting to see the banking institutions starting to come in. You're starting to see a lot of talk around cryptocurrency and how to use it and how to move it and how to manipulate the markets and all that stuff. Yo, this is a beautiful thing for your wallets. This is a beautiful thing for crypto. This is a beautiful thing for your financial freedom moving forward. Take advantage of the situation, right? Don't overthink this market. And, you know, from some of the, you know, stuff that we go through all the time, people overthink this market. Don't overthink this market, you know. Trade the market that's in front of your face, right? And that's all you can trade. And have an exit strategy for every project you're in. Don't worry about, you know, selling and all that. Have an exit strategy. Put your price points on there. And when you get to them price points and you hit them price points, do what you said you were going to do. Don't get caught holding the bag. And with that, we up out of here. We see you guys on Friday. We out. Bye.